Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? It's me. Hello. Oh, it's me with a really slow laptop. I've already reset this twice today, so let's see if we can actually get it to function. Yikes. All right, that's a little better. Okay. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Yes, for sure. Hello, Jess. Happy Pride, everybody. I have added a new channel point redemption for Pride, and Grim has just been assigned Pan by Snom. This is just like a silly little thing that I just think it's fun. So somebody made those. I have their Tumblr username in the command or in the whatchamahoo's. I know words, the redemption information. Um, so there's 9 of them. You can get a few different ones. Um, and the sound for it is Snom's cry from Pokemon. I just love Snom. He's such a little guy. I am stretching. I'm doing it. And I will hydrate even though I just hydrated. But I am thirsty today. Which probably has to do with the fact that I drank like 3 things of iced tea this morning. Ace! There's also aromantic in there too, which I think is good. But there is no limit. So if you get one that you don't like, you can just keep going. You can be assigned every single identity by Snom. Okay, I stretched. I sippied. Yeah, same. I very much support the aces and the arrows. They belong with us. I am partial to the Pan Snom because I'm also Pan. That's the flag that I've chosen. Which is what these rings are actually. It's hard to tell. It's like a subtle one, but it's a blue, a gold, and then a rose gold band together. So I made my own. Wow, Snom says that you just opt out of everything, Jess. Just no thank you. Yeah, for sure, Sparkle. I need more flags, but I think I want to make something for myself probably. I could do a big like rose painting or something. That seems on brand. Yeah, there is a non-binary Snom in the mix too. Let's see if I can remember them all because I went through them all this morning. So there's Ace, there's Arrow, there's Bi, there's Pan, there's the progress flag, which I just put in there as queer. There's non-binary, there's gender fluid. Uh, there's trans. What's the last one? What's the last one? I'm missing one. And also the camera is so slow again today. I'm missing one and I'm not remembering what it is. Yeah, go for it. That's why I didn't put a limit on it because I felt like people would want to poke around until they got what they wanted, which is so valid. Which is kind of also how we all go through the labels. Lesbian. That's the one I'm missing. Sorry, I'll just scream lesbian at you. That's a normal thing to do. That's the one I was missing. I'm easily distracted today. Yeah, I like, okay, full disclosure here. I like the bi flag a lot better than the pan flag. Two of my least favorite colors are pink and yellow, but I don't know. I like the pan label better, even though they're like the same but different, you know? Like we're bros, we're homies, bi and pan. But I don't know. I also just kind of tend to go with queer anymore because, like, I've also got gender stuff going on that I don't really want to figure out. If I'm being honest, like, it's whatever. Also, this is still so slow. I even have one other thing closed. Maybe I need to close something else. Um, yeah, exactly, Grim. So I feel like I'm similar that way. So I just kind of feel like um, if I just say queer, it's fine. And I can, like, I can talk about myself a lot. I can just, if people are like, well, what flavor of queer? I could go on for a while. But, you know, okay, maybe that will help. Yes, that already helped. Good. Good. I'm trying. I love Snom. Um, I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but it's gone from my brain. It's just that kind of day today. I'm easily distracted. Um, I say as if I'm not easily distracted literally every day. Every day. Yeah, aren't they so pretty? They look so sparkly. I love them. I love them. I have made some progress on the Pride mushroom stickers. I've got 3 of those done. Out of 14 that I have planned. Here, I can bring out the list and we can talk about that for a second. I am doing them digitally, so they aren't going to be done on stream, but they are. I do think that I'm going to do these ones printed with my new sticker cutter and my printer, just so that I don't have to pay like completely out of the ass for all of these different designs, because it's really important to me to be very inclusive and have a wide variety of flags. And if there is a flag that somebody uses that I don't have, just let me know and I'll add it. But so far I have the gay man flag, the Kern lesbian flag, and the ace demi-color flag set. And I'll just keep going through this list until I'm done. I am doing a little bit of a weirder one this time. I am adding in the leather flag for one of mine because it is the oldest flag and I would like to include it. I would like to include it. So I'm gonna, because it's my project and I make the rules. Um, but I do have 2 different lesbian flags. And I'm doing just the colors and not the actual like lines, so it's a little more there's more squiggle room, if you will. So like for Ace and Demi, the flags are different, but the colors are the same. Um, and also I think if you just like the colors on something, you should feel free to get it because like everything is made up. We can do whatever we want for every. Um, So I have the gay man flag, 2 different lesbian flags, Ace, the progress flag, which is going to be a little bit of a pain to figure out how to do that, but I'm committing. I'm committing to it. Genderqueer, pan, bi, non-binary, leather, trans, bear, and then 2 other rainbows that I'm doing. So if there's a flag that you identify with that I haven't listed here, feel free to let me know, or at any point during the project. I'll add a new one whenever. If you want to feel included, then I'll do it. It's really that simple. But I did get 3 of those done in around me being just like a basket case. I've been having a rough time brain-wise lately, and I feel like I say that every time that I stream, but it's different problems, at least at this point. So that's something I don't know. But I've been having trouble like focusing on art and actually understanding that I'm making something good. Um, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But those are in progress, so that's good. I am chugging along just where you can't see me. I did get both of these scanned. I got the line art for this cleaned up last night, so I will try to put this coloring sheet as a listing on my website this week. Um, and we could also do the thank you font on this, but I'm feeling more painting the heart today. So, and the first decision I have to make here, I might make that decision and then we'll work on this for a little bit and then pop back. Because I need to decide if I want to do masking fluid on these lines that I want to stay white, or if I want to paint around, or if I want to use ink at the end. Um, and I haven't really thought about that at all because I've been thinking about other things and stressing out about those things instead, which is just classic Katie. I do know that I want the twist tie to be a pink metallic for surezies. Like I decided that when we were inking this last time. Yep. Well, we did get to look at a bunch of great snom in the meantime. So I'm glad you finally got it. They are all the same chance to get. Um, I didn't make anything super rare or anything. That seems rude somehow to make somebody's identity a secret rare or something. um, I need to decide what I'm doing about this. The issue with doing the masking fluid is that it often peels up some of the paper, especially since I actually sketched this directly onto the paper instead of transferring it over. So it might damage the paper a little bit when I peel up the masking fluid. But also it's the one surefire way to make sure that I get white there. I can also use ink afterwards, but yeah, so it's 1 out of 9 sparkle, which aren't bad odds, but you know how the odds go sometimes. But yeah, I'm not sure which I want to do. I may nah, because I don't really want it to be like straight white, which is going to be the issue. I think we just go for it. I think I just say fuck it and we just start painting. Because since I did scan the line art, I can technically just print it out and put it on another piece of paper. I do want a paintbrush that's smaller than that one, I think. But for people who don't know, we're working on this, which is it's going to be the first thing for my Color and Focus project this month. This is the color that my patrons voted on. So we're doing a lot of pink this month, in addition to me doing a bunch of pride flag stuff. I want that for the thing. Also, my words don't do good today, so have fun putting up with trying to figure out what the hell I'm saying at any given point. Yeah, pink! It's pink! Let's see, one of these might be good too. Yeah, my brain's just gonna short circuit every 3 minutes for the rest of the day. That's fine. I'm also in like, my pain levels are a little higher than normal today. I say a little higher. That's underselling it. My pain levels are higher than normal today, so keeping my brain on track is harder. It requires more spoons today. I can do it, but you know how it is. Or maybe you don't. I hope you don't know how it is, honestly. Yeah. I got the brain weasels real bad the past while. But yeah. Your cheese is safe, Rainbow. You've done good. You've taken days off and you're taking care of yourself, so I will not sneak into your cheese store and steal all of your cheese. Everybody, this is Rainbow. If you aren't already following Rainbow, I don't know what you're doing because I talk about Rainbow all the time. Um, But Rainbow is a really cool artist, is great emotes, great animations, is just generally a delight to be around. Although she is ill at the moment, so hence the threat for me to show up at her house and steal all of her cheese if she didn't take care of herself. But I would highly suggest hanging out there sometime if you haven't before. I mean, I will also be hanging out there, so you could like hang out with me too, I suppose, if that's your thing. I'm trying to decide where to start on this, and my brain is just not giving me any answers whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm sure the cough I've heard tends to last the longest. I cannot speak. That's good, Sparkle. I would expect nothing less from you, to be honest. You generally have some interesting rep in your OC stuff. But yeah, I hope the cough eases up and I don't know, you can get back to normal, as it were. I haven't had COVID to my knowledge, but I've watched a bunch of people have it. think I think I just gotta start painting. Otherwise, I'm gonna freak myself out. We're just gonna go for the lollipop because that's the fastest way to go with this. I am a little nervioso about the cellophane bag. Um, that's just always a difficulty for me. I've done a little bit of that before, but this paper is acting funny. Yes, yes. And to be fair, almost all of the streams this month are gonna be pank. I am going to be putting the line art for this one up on my website for $1 as a coloring sheet download. And I'll probably do that for the other ones too. I do have a few ideas. I already, okay, full disclosure, I took reference photos of my own mouth for the lollipop idea that I had. It just seemed like it's my phrase, so I should probably lend my mouth to the service, I guess. I don't know. Say that in a way that doesn't make it sound disgusting, please. Thank you. But I have a saying that I call, like a feeling that I call deliciously malicious, which is like when you're teasing somebody in a fun way. But I've used that phrase since I was like 16. Maybe younger than that, actually. Maybe it was when I was 15. That seems about the right time. But I'm gonna plan a sticker design around it because I have drawn this emotion before, which is just like a wrapped candy with little devil horns on it. So I'm gonna do the same kind of concept, but a little different. And we'll do that as a sticker design. I do need to start. Sorry, I'm dolphining all over the place. I cannot hold a train of thought in my head. But I also need to start printing my own stickers because I have a sticker cutter now, which means that I'm going to add a new tier to my Patreon that's going to be a sticker tier. So I'm thinking the first month of that is going to be the FM sticker, the FM radio sticker that I designed last month. And then the next one will probably be the deliciously malicious sticker. That's my vague plan in the future. Oh, that's cool, Sparkle. But it's one of those things where like I have all of these plans that I want to do, but I don't really have the time to do them ever. You know, it's like, where am I going to fit all of this admin work that I need to do in? I'm busy. Oh, hopefully I can get that done at some point this week. I need to like think about it a little bit harder. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and it's not all stuff that I can like show somebody and be like, look, I did this. and get like validation. It's really just like, well, I finished updating this spreadsheet that shows how much money I earned and how much taxes I got to pay for the 6 months in a row. Let's go. Like, that's not an interesting thing to talk to people about. Small business owner problems. That's cool, Sparkle. I'm sure you'll add more as you think of them. You generally aren't, what's the phrase I'm trying to think of? My brain really is just not going to work today. You're generally creative when you come up with your people and don't like restrain yourself with the types of characters you do. So, yeah. I need to think about what I want to shade the white with in this. Maybe purple. This one might also make a good sticker design, but I think that I'd want to do like a clear background on it for the cellophane bag, which I can't do myself, so that would be an ordered one. But as much as I would love to be able to order all of my pride mushrooms through my sticker company, that's just not a feasible cost option for me. And I might end up stuck with like a lot of stickers depending on which are more popular. It makes more sense for those to print them myself so that I can keep up with the right level of demand. Again, small business problems. I don't know, finding that balancing act is something I'm still working on because I have so much stock hanging out and I keep adding new stuff, but really what I need to do is market myself, and I don't want to do that because it makes me feel awkward. So I just gotta suck it up and deal. I forgot to put my phone in streaming mode because I was distracted. As you do. Distraction in my streamer? It's more likely than you think. Oh, I know why this looks so much darker. Oh well. Sorry, I'm talking about the video quality today. It's gonna brighten up in a little bit anyway because the sun is moving so that it shines directly into my house in a moment, so. I also need to add more pink to my palette, which is exciting. There is nothing that makes me go through paint faster than having a color of the month, not gonna lie. Like I guess Prussian blue isn't like a standard on my palette right now, although I should add it instead of ultramarine, I'm thinking. But I had to refill my palette like 4 times last month for that. It's just one of those colors that you can like build up to a really nice darkness. Oh yeah, that's cool, Sprinkle. I'm so popular the second I start streaming. Every time. Pink. We do have a couple uneven spots on here, so let's mess with that a little bit. It's a little better. All right. I do think I'm gonna want to end up shading with some magenta to keep on the right tonality in the candy. I think I also want the stick to be white, and I'll probably want to shade that with a different color than I do the white on the candy. Probably a warm gray is the right call down here, I think. So let's just do that, because that's simple. Doing cylinders is easy. Even add like a tiny bit of yellow to that. This is going to be a pretty warm toned piece overall. I feel like I'm talking really quietly today, but I can't tell. I can never tell anything about anything. I have never known a single thing in my whole life, and that's the Tundra Katie Bean guarantee. I'm just faking it. And it's not even faking it till I'm making it. It's just faking it. I would also love it if my foot would stop cramping. That would be really helpful to me. But alas. I'm gonna want to color that bit. This is like the stick that's coming through the broken candy that I'm working on right now. I am gonna want to add some pink to that, because like the way the candy sticks on the stick is something I find really interesting. And even though it wouldn't technically be pink because the inside of this kind of candy is white, I'm just gonna do it anyway because I like the way it looks. And I make the rules because it's my art. Just in case you didn't know, this is in fact my art, and I'll do what I want. This is also a thing where, like, I don't have a straight reference image for this. It's something that's in my head, and like I looked at a couple reference images to just get like the concept down, but this is all me, baby, so I just get to make it up. Which is a dangerous place to be as an artist, I think. But you know what? Whatever. I'm trying to adopt a much more, I guess I already have done this a bit, but I'm trying to adopt like a much stronger fuck it concept, like idea to my art, where it's just like, if I do this and it doesn't turn out right, that's fine. Like, fuck it, who cares? I still made a thing and it's fine. And I'm trying very hard to adopt that instead of beating myself up when things don't turn out the way that I want them to. Is that working? Questionable, but I'm trying. Hey Cap, how you doing? Cap made me. You should hire him. Is it really? That's wild. What is the passage of time? I don't understand. It's one of those things where like you meet people and it feels like they've been in your life for the entire like time you've been alive, and then you see a number to it and you're like, "Oh, right. Actually." Thank you so much for the resubscription, in case that wasn't clear. I'm bad at like actually saying thank you. I just kind of launch into some weird tirade when people give me money because I don't know how to react to it. It's like, somebody's proving they like you. Be weird about it. Although I think most people who subscribe to me are aware that I'm weird about it and use that to cause mayhem for the most part. So, y'all knew what you were getting into. Yeah, I'm glad that people get that. I don't know, I'm just awkward as a person. Always have been, always will be. I just gotta find people who get it. Yeah, yeah. And I know I've earned this rightfully because I do this to streamers all the time. I see somebody who can't take a compliment, I'm like, "Oh, well, I will compliment you harder and you will have to deal with it and you'll get used to it." So the fact that I have people doing that to me, I earned that whole hog and I totally get it. Am I still going to be awkward about it? Absolutely. But I definitely have earned this this reaction. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God, a taste of my own medicine. How dare you? Let me mess with this some more. Oh, hi, Gia. Good to see you. I'm guessing Trish said something about me because I know that she's streaming. How's it going, Gia? Good to see you. Or she was streaming. I guess I don't know if she's still streaming, I should say. Yeah, okay. I was like, I wonder. She did an impromptu stream today when I couldn't show up, which is rude. Not really. She's allowed to make her own decisions. And I know she's trying to squeeze stuff in between all the Ren fairs she has going on. And just general markets, really. She's got a lot going on. I know that I can't do the mica paint until the end, otherwise it's going to pick up on everything else that I do, but I want to do it so bad. I want to make it shiny. Yeah, appreciate it. It's always good to see you. So, yeah, yeah. And I overlap with people. So like I overlap with Rainbow a lot. We stream on the same days, but Rainbow in general streams more than me. So I still get to pop in sometimes. But it's very funny when I know that Rainbow is live and I get like you or Kuro popping in to say hello and I'm like, "Oh, hi. Why aren't you over with your other streamer?" Yeah. So that happens with Lib too, although I get less overlap between viewers, which makes sense. We are very different vibes as people. Yeah, see, as a person, I can't have more than one stream open or my brain implodes. Um, even if one of them is muted, I can't process having two things happen at once because my brain doesn't work. So when people are capable of doing that, it kind of breaks my brain for a second, if I'm being honest. And I don't know, there's just always like that messed up part of your brain that says nobody wants to come hang out with you. You know? Like I've done pretty well at beating that voice into the background, but it still pops up sometimes where it's like if you had a choice between me or this other person that I like, why would you choose me? Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna say something mean right now. I don't know that we can really call Lib an art streamer anymore. Wow, it's Trisha. I never would have suspected that this would happen. Wow, I didn't say anything about Trisha a second ago or anything. Wow. Legitimately, if you are not following Trisha, follow Trisha. Just follow her. Don't even think about it. Just go follow Trisha. Trisha is an absolutely incredible artist and is definitely the reason why I am as capable with watercolors as I am now. Hello, Trisha viewers. Welcome in. You know me from Trisha's stream as a mod and just a general nuisance, probably. But if you haven't hung out here before, I can show you some art because I do art, in case you didn't know. Um, let's see, what have I got here? My stuff is like so disorganized now. Oh, I was going to try to show you something that I definitely have already mailed off. That's classic. Classic. Um, Here. We do some typography. We do mixed media. So this one is watercolor and colored pencil. I do watercolors. I do stupid things like making a fat ass Gengar because I thought this would be a really funny sticker. His body is cursed, his ass is fat. You know how it be. Um, what else have I got in here? Let's see. There's some ramen. Here's a really emotional piece about intergenerational trauma and alcoholism. Here's some candy, just to sweeten that up a little bit, some divinity. Eggs Benedict. Me dropping like half of this pile of art on the floor. Let's see, hands. I do hands a fair amount. Only my hands, though. Um, but all sorts of kinds of art. And much of that has been inspired by Trisha directly. So, actually, let me see if I can find that piece that I did ages ago that was actually legitimately because of Trisha. Hang on. Yeah, I think that we all need. I do not give you too much credit. That's a lie. Um, I give you as much credit as you deserve. Where is it? Because so I did a year-long project where I did a piece of typography with song lyrics that I related to once a week for an entire year. So I did a bunch of them, and some of them have like watercolor and stuff, more basic stuff. But I started hanging out with Trisha like a lot more and playing around with that. And partway through this project, I did one specifically because I was like, I've watched Trisha do stuff like this enough. I think I can do it. This one. This was a turning point in my art career, if you will, because the song for this one is talking about a moth drawn to a flame in like a flirtation kind of way. And as anybody who knows Trish knows that she likes moths. So I was like, well, I'm doing a moth. I've seen Trisha do moths. I can probably figure this out. And I did. And so this was very much like a turning point of like, oh, right, I actually have learned skills and I can manage this. Um, which is how we ended up where we are now. So yeah. I was actually talking about one of the reasons that I started this project was because I mentioned it to one of my friends, Aiden, who is like legitimately my #1 cheerleader. If I ever feel crap about my art, I just send some to Aiden and he like bumps me up about it. And so part of the reason why I even started a Patreon, the reason why I ended up starting streaming, the reason why I started this project is all because Aiden encouraged me. And he kind of refused to acknowledge that fact. And so I was arguing with him about it the other day. But like, I don't know. I don't tell people that they've influenced things if they haven't legitimately influenced them for me. Like, if I say something, I mean it. And I definitely mean that Trisha has improved me as a person and my art. So go check Trisha out. For sure. But today, we're working on the new project, which is Color and Focus, where my patrons vote on a color for me to focus on for the month, and this month's color is Shock Pink. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I saw your title and I was like, I don't have time to stop by today, but oh, yay, I'm so glad. I'm glad we get to like influence each other and just pump each other up all the time. It's great. I love it. Mm. I will see. I can't pull up anything on like actual stream, but we can. Oh my god, that's fucking adorable. I love him. Here, we can do this the old-fashioned way. That looks great, Trish. If you want to drop any of your socials, please feel free to do so. Yeah, my laptop I think would implode if I tried to do that. But soon we'll get a desktop soon, and then I can do other things and not have to restart my laptop 3 times in order to get stream started. Um, but Trish is great. You should check her out. Where's my sticker book actually? Because I have a bunch of Trisha stuff in my sticker book too. Let's talk about Trisha. Here's a Trisha. Here's a Trisha. These are Trisha's. But Trisha does a lot of super cool stuff. This one's Trisha. And I have very many stickers of Trisha's. And like actually here. This is also Trisha. I have her stickers on like all of my art supply containers. That's Trisha. Um yeah. Yeah, it did. That's yeah, so we've got 3 of fuck, we've got 10 of fuck, we've got 8 of fuck. Those are from Incendavery on Instagram, who is one of my favorite artists of all time. I believe I shared one of his pieces in my Instagram story today. If not, I share stuff from him all the time. This one's his too. I'm one of his patrons, and so we get stickers once a month. But yeah, I have so many stickers because I know too many talented artists. What? Oh, a random little mushroom. All right. This is a Trisha. This is a Trisha. I have all sorts of stickers. I just like stickers. There's a rainbow. Rainbow's in chat too. Here's another Trisha. But I have some of hers in packaging still because I haven't used them yet. So she does a lot of mushrooms and froggies. And this is one of my favorites. This is a newer one. And then this is one of her like thank you postcards of a straw baby that she did, which is super cute. Trisha just does great art. I have so many talented friends, like legitimately. I don't know where you all came from, but I love you. But yeah. And actually, like, because I'm in Trisha's chat, like, all the time, I influence a bunch of stuff because we are very similar brainwaves. And so I suggest stuff a lot of the time. So like, these stickers that are stamps, I suggested that. It wasn't even like oh, how about you do it this way? I was like, you know what? These would be so cute as stamps. And she was like, oh my God, I was trying to figure out how to make these into stickers, and that's perfect. So every time I look at one of those, I'm like, I helped. I have one on my like business planner too. It's just, I don't know. It's nice. It's nice when you find people you vibe with and that you can actually be helpful. Yeah. See, we both influence each other for the better, which is how friendship should go. So I want to do the mica. I'm gonna make the twist tie sparkly, and I want to do that so badly. But I know that I need to save that until the end. Otherwise, I'm gonna get mica in my watercolor paint, like and everything, in the water, and it's gonna cover everything, and it's gonna get everywhere. And I can't do it, but I want to. I want to so bad, but I can't do it yet. I can't. I'm not allowed. It's illegal. I do think that I need to even out some of this pink. I may do a big wash and let the lines get a little bit pink because I'm going to be deepening up the rest of it anyway. But also, I don't know. Maybe I just want to start shading and we'll see where it goes. Because I do think I want to do some like toned down magenta for some of the shading here just to make it like really intense pink. I want to start. There's a hair on the brush that doesn't belong there. Go away. Thank you. Guess let's start up here just because that's a smallish spot so it's less scary. Also, because I did such thick lines on this, they're gonna do a lot of the heavy lifting. Really. So I probably don't need to worry about it that much. But yeah, buy art from Trisha. That's the whole spiel. I guess, as I pop back around to what I was saying before. Oh, also happy Pride, everybody. I did say that at the beginning, but there's new people here. There is a new channel point redeem where you can get assigned a identity by Snom. There's 9 options. That's why we have the thing, is to remind us to de-shrimp, because I am also very guilty of this. I'm usually better about it when I'm streaming, but yeah. So there's 9 options, including pan. Pan is one of the options. Oh, you're both bi. Congratulations. But there's also just like a progress rainbow flag and a few options there. I did list them all earlier. Can I remember? There's ace. There's arrow. There's bi. There's pan, there's lesbian, there's trans, there's just the rainbow flag. Um, there's gender fluid, there's non-binary, and there's trans. Was that all of them? I think, yeah, bi and pan are bros. So, we're buddies. Trying to decide if I want to add a background to this. It would make it easier to render the cellophane bag, but like, I also don't know that I care that much, if I'm being honest. I do really like the gender fluid flag. I think it's very pretty. Although I really like the gender queer flag. I just think those colors are very cool and interesting. Oh, cute, Gia. What, you don't want my gender fluid cap? Is that a squick for you? I don't know. I don't even know what color I'd want to make a background on this. Usually I lean towards complementary colors, but I don't think a green would look great. It is a really good emote. Rainbow makes legitimately the best emotes. I think actually I'm going to commission Rainbow for an emote because I use the Angie one like way more often than is normal. It's become my go-to pouting emote, and I need one. So like, sorry to everybody who talks to me in DMs and makes me pout, because that's the emote you see every single time. It's so perfect. Rainbow just gets like really good emotions going in hers, and I think the what and I think the Angie are both very good. My I've noticed lately how bad I am at actually thinking about how long various art things take. I was like, oh, I'll be able to bust this painting out in like no time at all. That's a lie. I was like, I'll be able to finish this in 2 hours and then I'll be done with stream and it'll be great. No, past Katie, that's not how it is. Yes, yes, the uwu and the eyes are also very good. Um, Rainbow just makes good emotes. Like the animated ones are really good too. Like I have a few animated ones that are just like more complicated than they need to be, if I'm being honest. So like the spray one, for instance. Um, but yeah, Rainbow is really good at like condensing an emotion to something, like a single image, which is very impressive to me because I'm really bad at it. Right, Gia? It's definitely like an ADHD thing too, where I just like don't understand any concept of time in like a normal amount. So like I was setting up a listing for somebody to buy the neighboring atoms piece, and they were like, "Oh, well, I can do that whenever you can." And I was like, "I'm in the middle of something else right now. I'll list it and then I'll you know get I'll get back to you. It shouldn't take more than an hour," I said, and I got it done and up in 10 minutes. And I was like, "Why am I like this?" Yeah, I know you do that, and that's that's why I nag you about going to bed. I mean, I'm also like that, but I've like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? My brain isn't gonna tell me. But I like I've got so many systems in place now to keep me from doing that. that I've managed to like look vaguely functional. Yep, that's how it works. It's like, oh, I'll just send my good friend Katie this reel at 3 in the morning my time, and I'm like, why are you awake? Hmm? You should have been in bed. Why are you still awake? The joys of knowing me is just getting called out constantly. I always say, I've been saying this to Aiden for literal years, love is stored in the call outs. So if I care enough about you to be calling you out, it's because I like you and I want the best for you. And sometimes the best means actually getting a good night's sleep, you know? You know? But I definitely do that to a lot of people. I'm just like that. It's part of the charm. Or at least that's what I tell myself. I think it was Lapras, I think, who has deemed my brand aggressive affection. It's like one of the bonuses of me liking you is that you will never doubt if I actually like you or not. But you will also never be able to escape the fact that I like you. Yeah, 100%. Because there's like a 2 hour spot when I like get in bed and start chilling that I watch everybody like taper off, and so then I get like 2 hours at the end of my night where everybody else is asleep and I'm just doing whatever. For the most part, there are some of my friends who um, don't have great sleep schedules for whatever reason, but hey Eddie, welcome in. Good to see you. You're just like a wizard. You arrive precisely when you mean to. How's it going? I do think that those need to be a bit more intense. I might go to purple. Yeah, it's afternoon here, in case anybody's wondering. Alaska gets its own time zone, and we're an hour behind Pacific. And then Hawaii is an hour behind us. Hawaii and Alaska are bros. We hang out. I'm good. Glad things are going well for you. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean, drawing doesn't need to be like an end result piece. You're allowed to just play around. I think a lot of times we like really overthink what making art actually is. But you can just like fuck around. Like that's allowed. Hey Dream, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? It's almost like our person disappeared off the face of the planet or something. Thank you. Kat made this for me. And it's based off of me, actually. I in a really awkward situation, I sent Cap a reference image of myself. I say reference image, it was like a full-on sheet with like notes about what was important and what wasn't. Yeah, good to see you. And I will say a little disclaimer for any of the Spoink Society that are here. I'm in the process of bullying him. until he talks to me. So we'll get there. Yeah, yeah. It felt so awkward putting that together, not gonna lie. If I had been trying to hire anybody but Cap, I probably would not have done that, honestly. Because that's scary. It's scary. Yeah, yeah. I'll yell at him for everybody once I finally actually get a hold of him. Um, but he's not gonna dip on us that easy. But enjoy your lurk dream. I don't need to keep you here if you have other stuff to do. Just good to see you. I'm glad you said hi. Yeah, I think that purple is what I needed. That feels better. I love like really, really deep contrasty shadows. And I love saturated things. Yeah, you too. See you sometime, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll run into each other again. Okay, I also have this scratch on my arm that's like really irritating me whenever I see it. I might put a band-aid over it just, even though it's not that bad, just so that I stop seeing it. It's annoying me. Yes, for sure. And if they don't naturally, I will make sure they do by force. Yeah, that's better. That's better. But I dropped a bunch of T-pins because I guess people might not know what T-pins are, but they're kind of pin that you use for fiber arts and stuff like that. And I dropped a bunch and one got stuck in my backpack and I scratched myself really bad on it when I was going to pick them up. And the scratch is itself is not like painful or anything. It's just irritating me whenever I see it for reasons I'm not clear on. It's almost like my brain is a nightmare zone. Hmm. Hmm. Nah, it's fine. Like, it's not that big a deal. Just annoying. It also doesn't help that the box that the T-pins come in is just, like, bad at holding things in general. Thank you! I did scan the line art for this, so it's going to go up on my website as a coloring sheet sometime this week. I'll get it done sometime this week. It's on the to-do list, so it'll get there some point, depending on, I don't know, just how the rest of the week turns out, I guess. Where I find little bits of time to do things. But this is speaking of people ghosting me, this is an idea that I had talking with an online friend. Oh yeah, go get some rest, Gia. I highly approve of that activity. Yeah, good to see you, and I'm sure I'll see you again. Have a good night, sleep well, all that jazz. Um, but this and a couple of the other pink ideas that I had for this month came from an online friend who we were talking about what our aesthetics would be boiled down to, like not concepts, so we aren't talking like dark academia or whatever. We were talking about like what visual representations in the world would be us. And her thing was like broken and forgotten hearts. Um, so like this one, the broken heart lollipop is one. And then I can show you my sketch for this. It won't make any sense to anybody, but and then this, which is another one that I really stuck onto, which is heart confetti stuck to the bottom of a boot, like on the sidewalk. Thanks, Al. Grim picked the colors this week. I had somebody else pick my toenails, but I'm not going to show that on stream. So, but they ended up matching because I collect goth friends apparently. But I still haven't found the notes that I took from that conversation. I know I saved them somewhere. I just don't know where I saved them. But a whole bunch of like broken pink heart stuff that I think works really well with this color, which was part of why I was really hoping that my patrons were going to pick this color, because I was like super excited for it. Yeah, exactly. You either have to pay me for the feet picks, or you need to pick my toenail polish color when I demand it. That's the only way to get feet picks. This is looking a little rough here. You're in rare form today, Al. You got eye this morning too. But I did message her that I was starting to do this. I got her permission to make these into art, and she was like really excited about it because somebody hadn't like made art from something she'd said before. So I messaged her and I haven't heard anything back. So you really got him with that one though. Like you do make us laugh all the time. But he did like a full-on guffaw. Instead of just getting like a groan out of him. I'm not gonna remember what it was off the top of my head, but it made me laugh too, like out loud. What was it? That also reminds me that I downloaded an Instagram reel to send to you, and then I didn't. I got distracted. Today is a very easily distracted day. What was it? Yeah. Being a bad friend, forgetting stuff. Not really. I just had many draws on my attention at that particular moment in time because I was getting set up for stream and some other stuff was going on, so. Oh God, Al. I don't use easels, but yeah, sure, we can go with that. My friends are very punny. Do you think I want to darken up the pink, especially on this side? I did leave it light on purpose so that I can do some highlights in there, but yeah, I thought you and Al and Cap are going to get along, I'm pretty sure. You both very much lean into the dad joke territory. I mean, you're both also big fans of me, so that counts for something, right? Although I'm also a big fan of puns, so yeah, I think deepening up the pink on that side. Maybe both sides. I need to figure out where I want my highlights to be. Right through there, probably. So let's start here. Because I want this to be pink. Just real pink. I may end up darkening the shadows again, but that's fine. No, you're never safe, Rainbow. Although I feel like you should know that based on Cat being in chat, just in general. Yeah, we got all the homies in today. May also go back over this with a little bit of white ink at the end. We'll see. We'll see. Need to make decisions as we go along. I hate making decisions. And that's why I make everybody else pick my nail colors for me. I did have one of my older friends like DM me on, because I posted my nails and said I'm so blessed to have good friends who will pick my nail colors for me. Snooping. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say anything. Sorry. Shh, shh. We're snooping. We're snooping, chat. Oh, thank you for gifting a sub to Rainbow Eddie. That's very sweet of you. But she messaged me and was like, "That's the dream, though." And I was like, "I know. It's great." Yeah, it's one of those things where like I say that I yell at people, but what I actually do is very gently remind them of things. It's just one of those things where the word makes it sound funnier. Yeah, Rainbow can judge my animations now. My personal favorite is the spray bottle, if I'm being honest. So you can actually use that when you don't feel safe, Rainbow. Yeah, I think doing some white ink at the end is gonna be the key. Good combo. How is Salem doing? Have we heard from him since his great adventure? I did fix it. Excellent. Oh, is he back? I don't talk to him a lot. I'm not sure how to answer that on stream in a way that's clear. Uh, and doesn't give away things that I shouldn't say. Oh, Kara and I don't really like talk all that much, honestly. Like we'll send each other memes or something every once in a while, but it's not like a constant talking situation. You should go pester him, always. I feel like Salem is very, very pesterable in general. Okay, I already like that better. We're getting somewhere. I don't think he actually hates it, honestly. All right, hydrate, accomplished. Doing a stretchy. And I'll just rub my shoulder up against the mic. That's fine. Ugh. Yeah, he needs to feel like he's coming across as bothered at like 90% of the time. But he likes feeling important. Like it's super obvious. Cause like, I mean, same bestie, but you know. He also just has like a lot of rules for how interactions should happen. Which, like, again, allowed. Yeah, thanks for popping in, Eddie, and thanks for the gift sub again. I'll see you around, I'm sure. Have a good lurk. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I say as if we weren't somewhere the whole time. There's just like a point, especially with like watercolor, I feel like anything where you need to build up layers, where there's a point where you feel like you haven't done anything and everything looks awful and like it's going to be bad forever. And then you hit a point where you like actually get to the layers where it starts to look something and you're like, oh, right, I do actually know what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah. I think that's just having friends in general, especially when you're neurodivergent. It's like everybody has their own social rules that they've made up so that they feel like they're in control of a situation they can't be in control of. I am also very guilty of this, and I'm aware of that. I at least tend to tell people, so I have this stupid thing about XYZ because of these past traumas in my life. But I've managed to get a tiny piece of eraser gunk on here. And there we go. Okay, I'm the master of my craft. There we go. A brain that works sounds fake, lesbian. I don't know. You did miss earlier in stream lesbian where I just randomly shouted out lesbian in the middle of a silence while I was trying to remember something. Um, I thought you would have found that amusing, just in general. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. I also did a Tumblr poll last night just because I was curious how other people's brains work, I guess. Where like um there's 9 different identities that you can get. There's no cooldown on that, so feel free to go bonkers until you get one that you like. Or you could just take whatever Snom gives you. That's the other option. Um, what was I saying? A poll. Because like generally speaking, how many messages do you send in a row without a response before you stop trying? Was the question. Because I'm in a couple different situations with different people where like they don't necessarily respond right away, and I'm not sure if it's because they didn't see or if they saw and then got distracted or whatever. And I'm definitely a little extra, is what that poll has taught me. But I also have been trying to get a hold of somebody who tends to not respond to things if it's been a while because they feel guilty about it. Um, so that's a special case where I've sent somebody like over 20 messages in a row without a response. But generally speaking, I do 4. That's my rule. So I send 4 messages, and if I don't get a response back, I wait until they answer. Because like either they'll want to talk to me and they'll get back to me whenever, or they don't, and I should just drop it. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm very much I get the notification. I respond right away. Unless I'm like asleep. Because if I have notifications on my phone, like notification bubbles, I feel a little bit insane. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like I try not to worry about like double texting somebody or whatever the thing is that what the kids are calling it these days. But like at a certain point, it's like I'm just feel so annoying that I cannot continue doing this. But I was just curious where like other people's points were for that. Yes, I am. Yeah, I can't have the notification bubble there. It drives me insane. And honestly, it it gets to a point sometimes where I will just turn off notifications on an app that I know I'm going to get a lot of notifications in, and I will have like specific check-in points instead because I get so overwhelmed by just having the little bubbles there, which is like awful. And also, I think that the way social media in general and stuff works now, we're kind of trained to always be available and feel guilty when we aren't always available, which adds to that kind of like anxiety around that, I guess. is how I'm gonna put that. But yeah, I'm definitely the person who like responds right away. Always. I respond when I see it, otherwise I forgore. And then I feel bad about it. Well, if it's somebody I want to talk to, I guess I can put that caveat on there. Because there are some people that I definitely don't do that with. So. Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. I don't know. I do also prefer, generally speaking, text so that I can see the message and then think about it for a second and then respond versus like talking to somebody. Talking to somebody for me is like high key stressful unless it's somebody that I like really, really trust to know that I'm not ignoring them. I'm just trying to pick my words right. Yes, absolutely, Rainbow. 100% agree. Although, I don't know, I don't think that they're really interested in making their experience better at this point. I think they're just trying to wring all the money out of us they can before they move on. That's how it's feeling anyway. There, I think the deeper pink works really well. So I think that's what we gotta do. We gotta do it on this side now. There's still more work to do on this, but what was I doing? I thought of something to do. I wanted to put more pink on my palette. That's what. This is why I have everything written down on a to-do list at all times. Because the second I write it down, it's there and I don't have to remember it. My working memory is trash. But that's okay. I have systems in place. That's not... Where are you? There you are. This is a color I don't... Like, I use it in mixes a lot, but I don't use opera pink as, like, a straight color a lot. So my tube is still full. Well, relatively full. Yeah, that is cute. I'm pleased with myself. I also sketched this fully and inked it on stream, which is a scary step for me. I don't know what it is about just being an artist in general, but for one, the sketching stage takes like a lot more brain power. Inking is fine. That one's not so bad. But the sketching part takes like a lot of brain power, and it always feels like somebody's going to call you out for how you sketch. I don't know. Like, oh, well, why'd you do the line that way? Yeah, for sure. Oh, good luck with meetings, Al. And you have to tell us what you got when you come back, Cap. It's the rules. And I don't know. I just, in general, the sketching part, I can speak. The sketching part of the process is the one that's the most difficult for me mentally. Because it's, I don't know, it's the squidgy bit where you're trying to figure out where you want something to go, which involves one, a lot of thinking, but also involves like a lot of uncertainty for me, where I'm trying to find the balance between what's in my head and how to get it onto the page, which is just difficult. Yeah, for sure, lesbian. Yeah, definitely. So this one, I did do like a really quick sketch, and I do have some other reels of this to do, but I did like, here, well, let me start at like 3 steps ahead of what I'm actually trying to say. That'll work out great, and I won't forget what I'm doing at all. But I showed, start the sentence at the beginning, Katie. I did a reel where I showed the sketch versus the final piece for this one, which is in here somewhere. Do I know where it is? I do know where it is. So I did like the zoom in on the sketch, which is this. This is the whole sketch for the piece. Um, and I did do like a more final sketch, like the thumbnail to the sketch on the paper, but this is the final piece. There's just a little bit of difference in the detail there. You can tell that it's the same thing, but like the way that I sketch in order to remember something is not helpful when you are actually making the proper sketch about where your lines should go. So like that's an example of one. I can't show the neighboring atoms piece, but that's the sketch for that one. And I did take a reel before I mailed this one off to its owner, um, so that I could do that again because I just think it's really funny to see the difference between how I sketch something to remind myself of where it's going and how it actually ends up. And then that's the sketch for this. And if I don't do this step, it's just an absolute mess when I try to get to this step. It's so weird. Brains are weird. But I do think it's very funny how my sketches like don't really mean anything to anybody but me. Like somebody could be like, "Oh, she makes such good art. I need to steal her sketchbook so that I can steal all of her good ideas." And then they'd look in there and they'd be like, "What the fuck does any of this mean?" Girls, sometimes I don't know either. Realize that I've neglected our little shards down here. I probably should let that dry before I go back through that though. And I may want to alter the color a little bit just to differentiate them from the background a little bit. Decisions. I hate making decisions. Why did I choose this career? Not me immediately forgetting that I just put wet paint on my palette. I got distracted for 0.5 seconds and it's gone. Again, working memory. Who's that? Don't know her. I feel like there was something else I was going to say and I don't remember what it was anymore, which is just like on brand at this point. If you're unsure if you have ADHD, start streaming. That's my best advice. It will give you a better diagnosis than any doctor can. Because you will suddenly realize how bad your working memory actually is because there's a record of it. I need to stop thinking 5 steps ahead and focus on the step that I'm on. It's just like story of my life, honestly. be another little highlight right here. Like that. To be a little bit more curved. Yeah. All right. I don't think I'm going to get this done today, but we'll get close today. Which means I only have to think a little bit about what we're doing on Friday. I haven't gotten full, I mentioned this last time, I do have some more modeling work coming up. I haven't gotten a full confirmation about what days I'm doing, but it's going to be the week of the 17th. Tuesday for sure I will be able to be here. Friday I'm not 100% sure, so I will update as I know. But the fact that they're calling me like outside of my normal hours is a very good sign. So, yeah, see, okay, so I did this a little bit backwards. Um, I already had all the neurodivergent friends who were like, "Oh yeah, you have the same brain worms, don't you?" And I was like, "I don't know, do I?" Or then, yeah, I do. Like, am I properly diagnosed? No, but we all know. We all know. I've been peer diagnosed with both ADHD and autism, um, which often coincide, so that's not like a wild concept. Um, but it's almost like if you do most of your socializing through Tumblr and Twitch, where you don't have to be in the same room as people, um, you might be a little neurodivergent. It's almost like I socialize in really specific ways so that I can control the situation I'm in, because I find socialization overwhelming in a lot of ways. Just a little neurodivergent. Just a little. Just a little. Yeah, and so I told Joy this the other day. Joy, the bibliosphere on Tumblr, is definitely to blame for me realizing that I had ADHD. I wasn't comfortable with calling myself that for a really long time, even though I was like, well, I believe in their beliefs. Kind of a situation. And I'm like, well, I'm using all of these coping mechanisms that they use. So, like, either I am or my brain just aligns in every single one of these ways, you know? It's one or the other. But I did a lot more research and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm brain weird. And then I started streaming. But it definitely, like, even though I was already like on the boat, I was like, yeah, okay, I am brain weird. Yeah. Streaming definitely gives you a lot more opportunity to realize how intense your situation is. Because I definitely did not realize how bad my working memory actually was until I started streaming. Um, like, because I have systems in place, right? So if I'm going into another room to grab something or do something, I make a little song to myself and repeat the thing to myself until I do it. Um, you can't really do that on stream per se. I have a notebook next to me at all times where I write things that I think of in the notebook so that I don't forget, including things like brush your teeth. Um, because that's the level of brain function I have. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Trish. Like, this is my frontal lobe. It's a book that contains all of the thoughts that I've ever had in my life. And like I do habit tracking and stuff like that because I'm like there's other stuff going on in this situation too that I won't get into on stream, but I have difficulty figuring out what emotions are attached to what's happening. Um, And so doing like a habit tracker where I'm doing like emotion tracking and mood tracking, and also having that in my journal where I write the things that like upset me or made me happy during the day has actually made me realize like a lot of specific patterns. So I've actually been able to improve that a lot. But because working memory bad, you sometimes end up in a funk and you don't realize what the catalyst for that funk was because you've already moved on in your head, even though you still are working through all the brain chemicals, right? So that has been like an absolute game changer for me. I've actually recognized a lot of like, not necessarily toxic, but like things I was doing that were making my situation worse that I've been able to improve on. It's just, oh boy, working with a brain, man. It's some work. The way that I did this shape here is like weird, but that's fine. Just like, what were you thinking, girl? Nobody knows. But I should actually show you the some of the trackers that I've done the past couple weeks, Trisha, because they're fun. I've been doing shapes. This week's one is like kind of sky themed. So was last week's technically, but it's a different sky theme because there's rainbows and balloons and stuff because it's Pride. Last week's was like suns and stuff like that and clouds. But I should post that. We should actually, you know what? Do you have like a bullet journaling section in your Discord? That seems like it would be a good addition. Yeah, I like coloring in the little shapes because it makes me feel like I've actually done something. And it's also like a tracking in a sense, like you give yourself stickers. So you're like, oh, yes, I did actually accomplish something today. See, I colored in the spot. I colored in the spot. And then your brain's like, all right, here is your single molecule of dopamine. Don't come back anytime soon. Welcome back, Cap. What'd you get for snackies? Yeah, it seems like that would work with yours. In Joy's Discord, who was talking about a second ago, she has a section for journaling, and that's how I got back into it. I was like an avid journaler for a solid like 5 years, and then I kind of fell off it a bit because I had too much going on, and it was just like it was too many spoons. But I'm back. We're back, baby. Because it does really help me, but like once you fall off of that, trying to get back into it feels really overwhelming. Space. Ramen. I don't know what we're having for dinner today. I realize. I will do a stretchy. You don't think I got the scoop on that one? But I don't know. I had a hard time like getting back into journaling as an adult in general because I was pretty good about keeping a diary when I was a kid. But hi, Shadi. But my privacy was not respected as a kid, so writing, especially as a teenager, so writing stuff down in a physical capacity like gave me huge anxiety for a really long time. So I had to work on that before I could do it. And we're back to a point where I feel safe enough to do that, but it was some work. All right, I've done a stretchy. I'm doing a hydrate. I'm doing arm stretchies. How you hanging in, Shadi? Ooh. My wrists have been like really bad lately. And I know why, but like
Katie,
annoying.
Katie, I love you, but I'm encouraging the bad decision. If it's bad, like do it. Fucking do it.
I got a clip from Stars yesterday of her saying that she likes my boobies because I made a pun in stream. Her bit alert is a bee, little dancing around. So I sent bits that said boo afterwards, and I said it was my boobies. And I'm kind of tempted to add that as a channel point alert, but I don't think that Stars would like that very much. Yeah, good nap. Nap can sometimes reset it a bit. I hope your brain is nicer to you, because I know you've been having a time of it. I'll ask her before I do that. With Lib, like Lib doesn't care, but Stars is a little more on my level of anxious at all times, so I would ask permission before I did that. But I did download it and save the clip in case she decided to delete it. I was like, I'm keeping Stars saying she likes my boobies for the rest of all time. But I definitely like if I'm hanging out in a place where you stream and you see me clip something and then it has a title like just ignore this, it's because you said something nice about me and I'm saving it. I've talked about this before, but this is another Katie brain hack. I have a personal Discord that I use for like the voice for stream and also as just like a note file. And one of the um, things that I have is called serotonin file. I think I specifically on the Discord named it serotonin, please. But I save like screenshots and stuff of nice things people say to me, like tags that people leave on my art on Tumblr, or like if somebody says they're proud of me or something, especially unprompted, then I like save a screenshot and save it in my serotonin file for when my brain is lying to me about what I mean to people, because that's a thing that my brain does. So good brain hack for all of us brain weirdos. Because it's like so easy for you to just like forget that people actually care about you, but if you save evidence, then you can lawyer your brain right out of court. So highly recommend. I also for a while had just like a list in the back of my journal of what people said to me too, but that ended up being like too much to keep track of for me. Just popping it into the Discord file is a lot easier. Exactly, lesbian. I don't know. I could probably push and get this done today, but also I don't want to. So there you go. Trying to plan what I'm doing for stream is like stressful sometimes. It's like there's a lot of work I need to do, but a lot of it isn't stuff that I can actually do on stream. So like I have a bunch of like digital file stuff that I can do, but if I try to stream my iPad to my laptop and then stream that to Twitch, it has some issues. We managed to do it for a while, but I think we stressed my laptop out to the point that that is not really a viable option anymore. Let's see. I need to figure out about these guys down here. I also need to do the inside of the candy here. I might deepen up the stick a little bit, but I think that's probably going to be too much. I guess just working on those bits. It should be dry enough that I can do that. I think if I just shade these with pink and don't use purple like I did in the background, it will probably pop out enough that it's not a big deal. Differentiating them from the background, like there are lines there, but differentiating it with the same colors is going to be a bit of a situation here. Help if I just didn't do that too. Tiny details, tiny details. How long have I been streaming? Like 2 hours, okay. Again, the passage of time. What's that? Well, it does look like lollipop. I almost just drank my paint water. That's the kind of day we're having today. This bitch does not have a brain. Yeah, it looks like pink lemonade right now. So it looks very drinkable. I won't, like, but it looks like it would taste like raspberry lemonade. It looks delicious. I do have some iced tea in the fridge that I absolutely should not drink at this point because it's caffeinated and it'll keep me up forever. But it's delicious. It's a new one from my tea company. It's strawberry basil white iced tea. Well, tea, and then I made it iced tea. And I like it. I might have to get more of it. I hope they do it in like pitcher tea bags. That would make my life a lot easier. But it is delicious and vaguely that color. They put hibiscus in it to make it like really pink. Man, I'm gonna need to figure out who I'm rating today because Rainbow isn't streaming. Welcome back, Al. How was your meeting? Also, why is everything happening today? Leave me alone. I have too many notifications. Everybody calm down. That's mostly at the spam callers and not at anybody I actually know. Trying to decide what I want to do. The short answer is nothing. I want to go back to bed. But what should I do next on this art piece? Probably do a little bit of the inner. I guess I can add some pink here too. We were going to do that. And then I forgot. Because again, theme of the day, bad working memory. I wanted to add a little bit here. should, you know what else we could do? We could clean out the ultramarine spot on my palette and put Prussian blue in there, because I've mostly used it. Used it up. Let's do that, because I don't know. I can tell I'm running out of steam. I'm not in a good brain space lately. I say that a lot, but I really mean it this time. I mean, to be fair, when I say it, I do mean it. But it's some of the things that I was stressing out about have like really come to a head, and so I'm having a time. I'll be okay, but it's still like a lot of brain power that I could be spending on other stuff that I'm spending on worrying about something that I can't fix. So, you know how it is. Yeah, yeah. There's this silly Tumblr post that um is somebody talking to their dad about how one of the things that they do for their psychology stuff is pretend like their brain is a conference. And so all the different voices in your head are having like are at a conference table and are duking it out kind of a thing. And so she tells her dad this when her dad is having a rough time, and then her dad just goes completely silent. And oh, that's because it's up here. And then a few minutes later, he goes, "I'm having a bad time at the conference." And that simple phrase has weaseled its way into my brain. So every time I'm having a rough time with like the various aspects of my brain, I go, "I'm having a bad time at the conference." Does anybody understand what I mean? Absolutely not. But that's the saying that runs through my head. I'm having a bad time at the conference. Where are you going with that one, Al? I'm not following your track here. Yes, you explained that one the other day. Raise your hands. So that's going to enter my brain and never leave again. I say so many things that are just random, like references to like one thing that happened on Hell's Kitchen, or something that a streamer says a lot, or a random Tumblr post, and like nobody understands what I'm saying, but it means something to me. You don't raise your hams, Cap? You got to raise your hams. Let's see how much of this I can remember so that Rainbow doesn't have to type it out. There's a live version of a song that Rainbow likes, where at the beginning of it, the whatever artist it was says raise your hands, but it sounds like raise your hams. And so Rainbow says raise your hams instead of raise your hands. I don't remember which artist it was, but I think that's the vibe anyway. Oh, gotcha, Al. All right. Yep, yep. Hi, bye. I will try to remember to send you that thing that I downloaded for you, and I will probably forget again. Have a good day. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of rainbowisms that live in my head. I've said before, but the big day for Elmo is one that has become a thing. So Rainbow will say big word for Elmo if we use like big words in chat that she doesn't know. And this has evolved in my brain to when I have a rough day, my brain goes big day for Elmo. Um, will anybody understand what I mean if I say that out loud? No, but that's what my brain says. This is why when people ask me what I'm feeling, I often reply with memes. It's just like that's just how my brain works. Oh yeah, I have a few from Rainbow stuff that's on my general playlist now, for sure. And Struttin' is definitely one that has ended up on like the majority of my playlists at this point. There's a few others, but you should, Rainbow, so that we can have a raise your hams. Really specific reference here, but if you did a thing where you had Scout's ham costume from To Kill a Mockingbird, that would just track like 35 different jokes for me, and I would implode every single time and start laughing so hard I started snorting. It's like, raise your hams, and it's Scout's ham costume. I think I want to do like kind of a beigeish color on the inside here with some of the warm gray. Because the kind of candy for this is often like a little yellowish because of the flavoring they use. But I don't know if I really want to do that right now. But if I do that and get it done, then I have to do the cello bag and then I can do the sparkly. Or maybe I just do it next time. Decisions. I don't want to make any more decisions today, if I'm being honest. I've been like very decision fatigued lately. It's almost like running your own business means that you have to make a lot of decisions all the time and then you don't want to make any more decisions. Wild. Wild. I feel like I should keep working on this, but also I don't want to. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Thank you. I do think that I need to add a little bit more purple in some of the shadows and obviously doing the inside and shading the white stripes a little bit more. But we getting there. It's almost like I know what I'm doing or something. That sounds fake though. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Trisha. I don't know. I'm that kind of person. I can't just sit and do like sit and talk or sit and watch a movie. I need to be doing something. But that is why I have the paper stars, actually. Parker! Hi! No, that's so valid. Goopy wiener. Here, where is that other... I wish that I was a person who was, like, organized and knew what everything was. What kind of blue would you like? I've got a light blue, I've got a dark blue, I've got like a tealy kind of blue. I'm guessing you want that one. If I had to just guess. I have like, well, there's orange. There's a light blue. Here's like kind of a purpley kind of blue. And here's like bright blue. All right, you got it. I also have I started saying a sentence and then just stopped, didn't I, a while back. That's fine. Don't worry about it. If it doesn't come all the way out, it's probably not important. I can also just throw things. There it is. Because I have these like glow-in-the-dark weird papers too that I can do. Yeah, I know how that goes, Parker. I hope things go better. Oh yeah, do I have those out here? Where did I put those? Do not. Don't slide anymore. Stay there. Thank you. Not me telling all my containers to stay put because I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I have not been sleeping well lately. I won't lie. I had one night of like really good sleep and I felt rested and I made like a Tumblr post like I actually woke up feeling rested. It's over for you bitches, and then I haven't slept well since. Such is the way. Like I know why I slept really well that night, but it's not it doesn't get to be a regular thing. So I need to suck it up. Where the scissors have moved. That's fine. But like, I have not felt properly rested the majority of my life anymore. Like, and I feel like that's just kind of brain weird partially. I also just don't sleep well. I'm a light sleeper. I wake up a lot. I wake up during nightmares. I wake up during dreams. That's just how I am. It's fine. But yeah, yeah. Well, part of the thing is that even if you get enough sleep, to the point that your body feels rested, if you're still having to fight your brain to exist every minute of every day, it's fucking exhausting. Which, like, is how I exist as well. So it's super fun. But that's something that I don't know. I have trouble allowing that of myself too. Where it's like, it's not that I'm not doing enough. It's not that I'm lazy. I'm working really hard, like all the time. What it is that I can't do as much as people, like neurotypical people, think I should do because I'm dragging like 35 different weights behind me all the time. So, like, most people don't actually have to tune out three different voices in their head telling them to hurt themselves every day. I get to do that. Um, and like the anxiety voice and all that kind of stuff, where it's just like, in order to do anything, I have to go through like extra steps that nobody else has to go through. So it's not that I'm not getting enough done. It's not that I'm not trying. It's that I'm having to do this through a disability. Wow, wild how that works, right? Yeah, yeah. And I don't just have anxiety. I have a lot of other stuff going on too. So fun, so fun. Okay, we have three blues. I think I'll do this orange that's just sitting here because why not? But I do think that I've finally settled on what we're doing once we fill the jar. I think I'm going to give away a commission when we fill the jar. Oh, which reminds me, I do have that coming up too. Somebody is going to commission me at the end of this week, which is exciting. I'm excited about it. It's going to be cute. But I was going to use a smaller jar when we started out, but I think I need to update that on the channel point command. Actually, I should write that down. Otherwise, I will forget. But I was also thinking that I'll probably, in addition to a commission, I'll probably give away one of these keychains that I did and don't sell anymore. Pank! You got it, girl. This is Rainbow Pank right here. Oh, there's a teeny tiny one too that I didn't see. That's what I get. And teal. We can just sit here and chat and do stars for a bit. But I also have a bunch of those keychains because, like, I sold exactly one when I listed them. Thanks! The lore behind the stars. When my depression was really bad, I like straight up stopped doing any kind of art or anything creative for a really long time. But it was starting to eat my brain worse than everything else I was dealing with. So I got like a huge jar to start filling with stars, and I have it downstairs. I could bring it up at some point. I need to do teal, you said, and I need to do a teeny tiny star. A teeny tiny star. And then green. But I started fulling these stars whenever I thought of something happy. And then eventually I really just know why I pulled that out. That wasn't what I meant. Just started folding them whenever, because I wanted to fill the jar up. But it was like a physical representation of me trying to get better. Um, let's see. Do I have a nice foresty green? I think I just have like a green. So, but it's something that I don't really need to think about when I'm doing it because I did so many of them. Yeah, exactly, Parker. It's just like that. It's like retraining your brain. And I've started doing that in my habit tracker too now, where I'll just write a couple good things to hold on to about the day since I've been having like a time. But yeah, that's where the stars came from. They're also just like relatively easy to do and nice. I did make ornaments out of them at some point too. I'm thinking that maybe once we fill the jar, I'll make some ornaments and give them away too to viewers, since y'all made like put into the stars, you know. This one is cut really wonky. That's okay though. But yeah, when you're having a rough time, having like a physical representation that not everything is bad really helps. Oh, good, Parker. So now you have to find something else to be super anxious about, right? But I folded so many of these stars. I think it will probably be easier to show the big stars when I get like an actual streaming space set up versus what I have now. But I can post a photo to socials today, actually, if I remember. It's also like the papers to do this are pretty cheap. So I have some that I cut myself. So like the teeny tiny ones are ones that I cut. These are technically quilling papers, which is another kind of paper art. Yeah, I feel that, Parker. You've been having like a lot of crazy weather, which I guess is kind of true of the whole United States and much of the world, if we're being honest. I know Stars has been having like a lot of flooding in her area, which is always stressful. Water damage is scary. Just because, like, I don't know, with an earthquake, like we get up here, you generally know if something is broken pretty quick. But with water damage, it's just like so insidious a lot of the time that the real problem doesn't show up until like months later. Okay, queen. But like, yeah, fair. It wasn't you. Who was it in? There's somebody in Jick's community who has the farm, and they were having a lot of flooding to the point that they were having trouble going out to look after their chickens and stuff. But there are like these kind of papers that you can get. That are like pre-cut and they have just like the glue top. And they're like super cheap to get. You can get like hundreds of them for $8. Yeah, I saw Stars plays Paleo. So I got to see her looking for the crocodile guy, whose name I don't remember. But it's a good just like little keep your hands busy kind of hobby. Yeah. They look pretty cool though. Yeah, that guy. I might get Paleo Pines. It looks like something I'd enjoy. But I don't know that I really need to buy any more games. I have like a game problem. And by that I mean I don't have enough time to play all the games that I have, and then my brain doesn't let me. Oh, I'm sure you'll get the rare one. You have so many of the rare ones. You have good luck. You know what game I want them to bring back? This is a throwback. Does anybody else remember what's it called? I'm not even gonna remember now. Like Fiesta Pinata? Is that what it was called? Pinata Fiesta? Where you had like a farm where you took care of pinatas and they'd like eat each other and shit. I was so into that game. It was like the precursor to all of this stuff. I do also have Wobble Dogs. Viva Pinata. Yes, thank you, Rainbow. I was like, you know what? I really think about all the time this game that I can't remember the name of. Yes, you do. Of course you're going to, Parker. Classic Parker. Yeah, I played it for a bit and it was like it was buggy as hell. It was like not a well-made game, but I was obsessed with it. This was it was a little bit after we moved to Alaska actually, I think. Because I was dating somebody who had an Xbox and he was living with us. And so I got access to the Xbox at all times. And yeah. Oh, Parker, trust me, I get it. We are we are two cells on the same spreadsheet here. Yeah, it was really buggy, so you needed to like do fences to keep your different types of piñatas from eating each other, but then the overseers kind of they were technically gods of the game would like leave your gates open and then your various piñatas would end up eating each other anyway. It was a mess of a game, but it had a lot of charm. I wish they would like remake it. I haven't played Pokemon in ages. I don't think I've touched it since the DLC came out. But the new games, the Scarlet Violet ones, the lighting gives me um, migraines if I play for like more than an hour. So, yeah. I do still have a bunch of shiny hunts that I started in like Scarlet Violet and some older, or not Scarlet Violet, I mean Sword Shield, and some older games that I should get back to. I know, it was wild. So they had like a wolf pinata would eat a donkey pinata kind of situation. Because you had like vegetarian pinatas and then you had carnivore pinatas. Which is just like, who came up with that? Who did that? It really, like, the level of unhinged for that game is very similar to Wobble Dogs. It might be a dog. I might be misremembering, Parker. It's been a long time. Exactly, Circle of Life, but make it candy. But like the level of unhinged is very much Wobble Dogs, where in order to 100% the game in Wobble Dogs, you have to have them cannibalize each other. Just for the record, in case you're wondering, I played it on Switch, which doesn't have the whole game, but I also bought it on Steam once I got a Steam Deck. Um, and you can turn that off. Like you can make it so that it doesn't happen, and you can keep all the dogs from dying. That's an option in the game. But if you want to get all of the different achievements, you have to. You have to have them eat the other dogs. You also have to make them eat their own poop. Um, and other stuff. It's an interesting game. And I played it for a lot of time. Because sometimes you just have to give in to the human need to make a little atrocity that you can pet, you know? Just sometimes. Yeah, that would track. Lib would like that a bit and then get bored of it really fast instead of like hyper focusing on it like I did to try and get the achievements and then realizing you can't actually get all the achievements in the Switch version. and then getting mad and not touching it again. But you can make like different patterns and stuff. So it's basically just like, okay, good, Parker. You can make just like genetic atrocities and different patterns and stuff like that. Um, so I ended up with like the tiniest little dog in the world who could not move or eat on its own. You can do genetic modifications, like not like GMO style, but via breeding. You can make it so that you have a dog with no legs. That's one of the achievements in the game, to get a worm dog, which means that it can't move on its own and you have to feed it and play with it all the time. Otherwise, it gets really sad. Um, it's a fun game. I really enjoyed it, but if you're getting the Switch version, go in knowing that it's buggy as hell and you can't actually do everything in the game. So when you try to look up how to do something, um, it's just going to be a bunch of things that make no sense to you because you can't do it. I did join their Discord, which is like to like report bugs and keep an eye on stuff, and it's just a mess in there, just for the record. I hate the thing where we've like made all contact happen via a private platform that you have to join into instead of like a forum that you can just look at. Hate that. But yeah, I definitely suggest Wobble Dogs if you enjoy mayhem and if you enjoy making little freaks, because that's the whole point of the game, is making little freaks. You can also train the dogs a little bit, so you can like Pavlovian response kind of vibe. Um, so if you like pet them while they're eating or while they're sleeping, they'll want to do that on their own more often. Yeah, yeah. It's very like, I don't know, Pokemon, but make it shitty Stardew kind of vibes. Yes, yes, please go eat dinner, Rainbow. I'm going to be ending soon anyway, so you aren't going to miss much. But thank you for popping in. Everybody follow Rainbow if you haven't already. Do it, do it, do it, do it. But my headset is starting to hurt my ears, which means it's time that I should end. And also go eat something, probably. Yeah, pretty much, Parker. Although, to be fair, even though they don't show it, they definitely have made Pokemon cannibalistic. Like, they talk about them eating them. Like, like the whole Sableye Carbink situation. Like, they just won't commit to it the same way Pinata did. You know? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. What am I doing tomorrow? Nobody knows. I mean, yes, I actually do know, but... Because, let's see, I streams tomorrow and Trish streams tomorrow, so I'll hang out with them. Or at least I think Trish streams tomorrow, I'm assuming. Yeah, yeah. This went there. This went there. What am I doing? I don't know. I guess I should look and see who I might want to raid today. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if the only reason I say, oh, I'm not sure, is just because since you streamed today, I thought you might have been doing that because you might have had to change your schedule and I hadn't gotten to check the Discord yet. So come hang out with me at Trisha's stream tomorrow. I'm an I's stream in the morning, and then I'll be hanging out with Trisha. So you can come and hang out. And I'm a mod in both streams. I'm a mod everywhere you could ever possibly be. That's a lie. I am a mod in like way more channels than I probably should be. But you know, I'm just trustworthy like that. So maybe I don't even want to raid today. Oh wait, Tin is live. Maybe I want to go raid Tin just for kicks and giggles. What's he doing today? He might be opening Pokemon cards. Roblox. But it says that he's opening things, so he might also be opening cards. But Tin is part of the old guard back when I first joined Twitch ages and ages ago when I joined it to watch people play Happy Home Designer. Also, here's our stars so far. I don't know like anything about Roblox if I'm being honest. I'm old. I don't know if you knew that. So basically everything I've learned about Roblox has been from either a parent of a child or from a child in a Twitch stream. But let me move things. And Tin is very lurker friendly, which is part of the reasons why I hung out with him a lot back in the day. But I think that's what it said that he was playing, so you'll have fun. But Tin is genuinely a great person and is just an absolute sweetheart. And his stream is really nice, so let's go do that. And I wish my nose would decide if it needed to sneeze or not. Just pick one. One or the other. We don't need to do this in-between tickly stuff. Let me do this. And let me not drink my paint water, even though it looks so, so delicious. Maybe I need to make myself some lemonade. Do I have lemonade powder? Maybe. We'll see. But Tin is good people. This far. So a good amount. I still have to do the inside of the candy here. I need to do some more shading on the white stripes, and I need to work on the cello bag and the thing on the who's it, the twist tie. But we got the majority done, really. It's little things from here on out.
I love your goopy.
Goopy wiener. Wanna actually load, buddy? I would really appreciate it. Did that not play the whole thing?
You want to take a nap?
I'm taking a nap here.
Okay, take a nap right there then. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Like, what a mood. God, how long have I been following Tin? It must have been since like 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. But Tin is good people. Tin is very nice. So let me switch over to the ending screen while we do our little talkaroony at the end here. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out and being niceys to me, and for subs and resubs and bits and giftings and all sorts of stuff. It's always good to see people, and it's good. I'm gonna say something a little bit emotional now. If I cry, it's okay. I'm really glad that I've been able to make a space where a lot of people that I've met in other spaces enjoy coming to, and that even if certain people kind of drop off the map, we can still find each other here, you know? So I think consistency is definitely part of my love language. So I want to be like a new consistent spot. I didn't cry. I got through it without crying. Look at me go. Sometimes when I talk about stuff, it just happens, and sometimes it doesn't, and it's kind of hard to tell which is going to happen when. It's almost like I'm disconnected from my emotions or something. But yeah, I'm glad that I can have like and be a space where we can all group together, even if other people make it difficult to do that where we originally met. You know, I'm really feeling that this week. So let me do raid commands in here. We have raided Tin before, but I think the last time we raided him was on his birthday back in August, which is like a million years ago. Yeah, for sure, Parker. It's important to have people who just like get it and will like encourage you a little bit, but also give you the space to just feel whatever you're feeling, you know, which is definitely a common theme with the streams that I hang out in. Because I can come in and be like, oh, I'm having a rough brain day, and then people will aggressively love on me, but still understand if I need to like dip, you know. So it's good to have those people for sure. The raid mans. Thank you, Mouth. The raid commands in chat are available for your use. The first one has an emote that you can use if you're subscribed. The second one has emotes you can use anywhere on Twitch, so you can copy and paste the one that applies to you. And let me actually start the raid if it will let me. But yeah, Tin is good people. He's a sweetheart. And is very, very lurker friendly, so you can say hi and dip and he'll be fine with it, which is pretty much what I'm gonna have to do today. So thanks for being here, thanks for chatting, thanks for being niceys. Remember that you're loved because I love you. Remember to take care of and be kind to yourselves. And if you can't do that for yourself, please do that for me because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, and that includes from yourself even on the days when it's hard. And if it's just too hard to do it on your own, you can always ask for backup, okay? Even if you don't have the strength to ask me for backup, I'm there. I'm there in spirit trying to help you out, okay? So hang in there. And I'll say again, Tin is good people, and he won't mind if you just like say hi and then leave, or say hi and then lurk just to get the vibes of the channel. But he did a lot of Animal Crossing stuff back when I first joined Twitch ages and ages ago. He knew me before the big depression slump, actually, and still contacted me throughout that to see if I was okay. So he's good people. Very much recommend. He doesn't stream as much as he used to, but it's almost like we're all adults now or something, you know? So take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all on Friday. Yeah, bye.